The DinoPod.
Hello and welcome to the final instalment of the DinoPod for Toy Story month.
That was a weird way to say the final installment for DinoPod. No. It's the end of Toy Story month, thank God.
It was a good fucking
I
month.
do not like Woody. Woody's an asshole and I hate him and he's an asshole.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. This episode has been a roller coaster. Toy Story 1 was good. Toy Story 2 was the best.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3 was kind of okay.
Well, I'm sure people would argue with that. Toy Story fans. Because normally, like, when people ask who's the better Toy Story, they say 3. So,
I mean,
I'm sure people who like Toy Story would disagree with you. Put in the comments.
So if you think of it, if you look at it like a roller coaster.
Sure. I've only been in one roller coaster.
So when are we going Fort Park?
No. And
so do you not like roller coasters?
No, it was water. It was in the water park. Aqua Show Quarteira. Plug. Give us a sponsor.
Do you think a Portuguese
maybe
water park is gonna reach out to a random dinopod?
It's the biggest water park in Europe, I think.
Isn't that Aqualand? Isn't that supposed to be the bigger one in Spain?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because I know I've been there. No, I think it's Aqua Park or Aqualand in Spain. Yes.
I don't think so.
But yeah, no.
Aqua Show is better though. Give us a sponsorship.
Give us a sponsorship. We can even try and do a Portuguese only episode.
We'll do that sometime. When you learn enough Portuguese.
Like I say, at the
You'll get there.
At the end of the year, I'll see what I can do.
Sure. We'll choose a Portuguese show to do that.
As long as I can have subtitles.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, we're going to Fort Park. We'll do a vlog at Fort Park.
No.
Why not?
Roller coasters, I don't.
Roller coasters are amazing.
Aren't they?
Yes.
Are they?
They actually are. Saw the ride at Fort Park is really good. I went on all the roller coasters when I was at Disney World.
Yeah.
Fort Park, I've been on every ride. Alton Towers, I haven't been there in so long. Last time I went there was before the Smiler was there, and I really want to go on it. It's the most loops in a roller coaster in the world.
That sounds terrible.
Well, I mean, people have lost their legs on it, but it's fine.
Wait, what?
Do you not know?
No.
The roller coaster ride, the Smiler, has had numerous accidents.
You want to go? I
want to go on it. There was an incident where a roller coaster, one of the cart things, basically stopped, and instead of having the other one stop, it just at 45 miles an hour smashed into the back of the other one, and now she's in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of compensation for it though, so it's not the end of the world. But I really want to go on it. It looks so good.
Not gonna happen. Anyway.
We're gonna make it a thing. We've got to go Fort Park.
Yeah. They're still waiting for a portal vlog, which happened. Happened 2 months ago. Anyway.
Waiting for our resident editor to do their job.
Oops.
Oops as in that was a bad mistake, or oops as in we gave it to Tim to do.
Shut up.
He's not going to listen to this.
I don't know.
Tim, we're throwing shade.
Tim, give us a review on iTunes. Where were we?
So yeah, it's a roller coaster ride. As in, Toy Story 2 was the climb.
Yes.
Toy Story 1 was the climb. Toy Story 2 was the pinnacle. Toy Story 3 went down a little bit, but went straight back up. And then Toy Story 4...
You got smashed by it.
Smashed all the way down.
By the car behind you.
What are you saying if you watch Toy Story 4 you end up losing a leg?
Could be.
I mean,
You never know.
I don't know. Woody lost his voice box.
Oh, that's right, that happened. See, I'm already yawning from just thinking about that movie.
Or the fact that you've been saying Weatherspoons, scrolling through Reddit, drinking coffee, making yourself feel better.
Shut up. I also hate
about a roller coaster ride that is your life that has now come to a crash.
Crashing down.
Oh god. Right. Toy Story 4. When did you watch it?
Well, I watched it in the theater. When it came out with Tim and Toby, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So Tim turned up.
Tim turned up. I know, right? Crazy.
That's the biggest shocker.
But yeah, we watched it on the cinema, and it was alright, I guess. When it came out, it was in June. It was
June or July. It was during the summer. I know that.
I know you went to watch it in the morning.
So I watched
with an empty theater.
Nope. It wasn't. It was packed.
You went to watch it was like 11? I remember you posted a picture.
On the day, we were looking for a midnight release.
But that was never going to happen.
So we went on the very first screening of Toy Story 4. Yeah. We brought the Toy Story cups that they were selling, limited edition ones.
Yeah.
Which I had Woody.
Of course. Because you're an asshole.
Yeah. And then Karen had Buzz. So yeah, we brought the cups and that lot. Which do you know what the ridiculous thing about that it was Cineworld.
Yeah.
You buy the cups, right? So they were quite expensive, but I don't fucking care. It's Toy Story. I'll pay whatever. I don't really care. So I brought the cups, and then I wanted a drink in it. They weren't allowed to.
Wait, what?
The cups that you buy at Cineworld, they weren't allowed to fill up Coke from their own taps. I don't know why.
I think it's because they're not washed.
No,
sterilized or whatever.
No, because the guy said, "Well, I can just give you it in another cup,
and you can pour
pour it in." I was like, "That's like really wasteful." He's like, "Yeah, we're not." As I said, legally, we're not allowed to fill it up for you. And I said to Karen, I said to Karen, I was like, right, I'd imagine it's some sort of Disney thing. It's like,
I don't know. Yeah, I think it's probably for all of the cups.
You're probably right, because the normal styrofoam type cups, whatever they use, they probably come like pre-washed and sterilized, whereas those ones might not be.
Probably.
So if I take it and I get ill, then okay, I think Rita's right.
I'm always right. Moving on.
So yeah, me and Karen went to watch it on the very first day, very first screening.
I don't know if we went on the first day.
I had my Toy Story t-shirt on.
Of course you did.
I think Karen had the Toy Story t-shirt on as well. We looked like the most millennial couple ever.
You're not millennial.
But we're not, yeah. But we turned up because Karen watched Toy Story 2 in the cinema.
Yeah.
Back in 1999. She watched it when it was in the cinema, which is amazing.
We were 2 years old. Not even.
Yeah, we weren't even... Well, no, we were. We were 2...
No, it would be like 1.5.
1 point something.
I think it would be 1.5.
So 97 to 98, 98 to 99. So depends when you watched it.
When it came out.
Yeah, let's just say 2.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And nobody wants a 2-year-old in the cinema. Do not take your babies to the cinema, please.
Please never do. However, if you've got little kids and they're going to...
The little kids are fine. The baby's like, they don't enjoy it. Also, it's really loud and probably scared them.
When I was in the cinema, me and Karen sat down. Obviously, we look like the most stereotypical millennials in the world. We grown adults watching Toy Story with no kids with Toy Story t-shirts.
Yeah, you shouldn't be allowed in Disney World, according to the internet.
Yeah, me and Karen are going to buy t-shirts of the childless millennials. And then because we're going to Disneyland Paris.
Please don't.
I'm also going with my blue Toy Story t-shirt with the Toy Story logo and a massive one on the back and I got my Woody backpack, and I'm going to have a cowboy hat and some boots.
Of course.
I'm literally a 5-year-old, okay? It's fine.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so when we was at the cinema, we arrived quite early, got our tickets and everything, and then when we sat down in front, a family came along, and it made me so fucking happy because they must have been late 20s, early 30s. They had a son and daughter, and they must have been 6 or 7, and they had a little the girl had little Jessie toy with her, and then the boy had the little Woody toy, and the two parents had Toy Story merch, like t-shirts and that lot, and they were all like really excited and stuff was happening. I was so happy, okay? And then just seeing loads of like, it reminded me of me. Loads of little kids with like little Toy Story. One had Slinky, one had a Rex toy, and I was like almost falling over and like I knew past it. It was fucking. I loved it. I was in ecstatics. It warmed my heart so much because it just goes to show that Toy Story, even today, fucking kids love. It's so great. I'm so happy. So when I saw that those people in front who had the two kids and they seem the most nicest people in the world as well. And then the funniest thing is, they took a day off work for this because it was 11 o'clock in the morning on a weekday.
Maybe their day off is Wednesday or Thursday.
So you're saying, by fluke,
yeah,
they didn't deliberately take a day off to watch Toy Story?
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I'm going to reject that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But
I reject, or you're rejecting that.
But it was so amazing to see the fact that a lot of people now think that Toy Story is come like full circle, where it's most of the fans are millennials who are just being like completely nostalgic. And you see, like, I was at work yesterday and there was a little boy and a little girl walking around with their parents, and they both had Toy Story toys, and it was so happy because it's like I had that when I was a kid, and the kids still having it. It's amazing. So not every child is glued to Fortnite and they don't care. There's still some good parenting going on. It made me so happy. And it makes me happy that they're not just like got like side swag bags on and like
side what?
Do you know those completely idiotic bags that like go like across the chest? Like, have you seen them? Like the black bags that go like across here, and it's like this. They're like the Nike bags. They got that, and it's like
in the US they're called fanny bags, aren't they? Fanny pack.
They got fanny packs across your chest.
Yeah, those are ridiculous.
And then do you ever see people try to take stuff out of it? It's the funniest thing because they're like this, like let me just get my shit out, and then they're just doing this. And then they have to like reach in and grab it like this. It's the most idiotic fucking thing in the world. Just buy a bag, buy a backpack, buy something that is useful. But they buy that. Everyone thinks that kids now are all like this, but they're not. Some parents are good.
I think that's more teenagers.
And not. It really isn't. It really isn't. You see, like, because where I work, there's like, you can play games and stuff. Yeah, like there must be people that are 5 or 6, and they're going around with like a tracky bottoms, and they've got the bag across their chest. Yeah, okay. I'm like, come on.
That's fully the parents' fault.
I'm like, where's the childhood gone?
What is wrong with me?
I don't know.
I keep yawning.
What? Did you actually go to sleep last night?
I did.
I
went
don't
to sleep at 10. I woke up at 6:30.
Is that why you had like 5 coffees?
Maybe, I don't know. I didn't have 5 coffees. I had like, was it 3? 2. I didn't have 5 coffees.
I know.
Stop it.
I'm just trolling you.
Stop it.
So yeah, it's when I was saw it in cinema, it was absolutely amazing to see it. And what Disney does best, it was everyone was there. It was brilliant and it was lovely.
It was okay.
And then I think everyone left the cinema being really disappointed. But yeah, so what was your like initial thoughts when they said they were going to make Toy Story 4?
Unnecessary. I mean, why?
Why did you think it's unnecessary?
Because they finished the story on Toy Story 3.
So when you first heard that they were going to bring Toy Story 4, what do you think it was going to be?
I honestly don't know. I had no idea, because, any story after the 3 doesn't really has any point to it. Because they finished the story, which is, Andy gave away his toys to a new person. So and, the bunny character, it's cute, but, I don't think anybody was I want more of that.
So do you think that, did you kind of think in your head that they're going to kind of redo the whole fucking story? Where it's almost...
I don't know, kind of.
Almost do Andy's story again with Bonnie?
Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Hey, young child, and they're going to grow up, and we're going to have 3 films doing the exact same thing.
Probably.
But did you ever imagine it be like this? Go to a fun fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
Go to a charity shop.
Because, I don't know. Because it was also, Woody, at the end of 3, Woody, understood. It was kind of the end of his arc also, about being okay, not being, what's his name, Andy's toy.
At that point, when the end of Toy Story 3...
I didn't need another story arc for Woody.
So at the
also because I hate Woody.
At the end of Toy Story 3, did you kind of then warm to Woody a bit? Okay, he now understands that he isn't fucking important, so I understand.
I wouldn't say I warmed to Woody because I still hate him, but it was a good character arc ending. It
just kind of do you feel like it put a stamp to say Woody isn't as bad as you thought? Because now he kind of he's no longer this entitled person. He's alright, I'm no longer owned by this guy. I think one recurring theme from most people is this was not needed.
Yeah.
Do you think it was purely Disney trying to rake in some money?
I mean, of course. Not just Disney, Pixar too. Yeah, no,
I'm not saying as in I don't agree with you. I'm I do agree with you.
No, yeah, I mean, there's no other reasons. They had this great story to tell. Because Toy Story 4 is not a great story. It's not really that amazing, spectacular.
If you removed Toy Story 1, 2 and 3, if you just forget that for the moment.
Yeah.
Toy Story 3 as a thing on it. Sorry, Toy Story 4 a thing on its own. If that came out today and we didn't have Toy Story 1, 2 or 3, would you say it was a good film? Or would you say it's a bit mediocre?
I would say it's mediocre. I mean, it really relies on the other 3 to hold up the story. Because I don't know. Because the animation is good, but it's not incredible in a way that's not new or anything. It's more of the same, just a
little bit different,
just a little bit enhanced.
So for you then, it's kind of they. It's to be fair, it's anything Disney. Anything 90s Disney, where it was Lion King, Aladdin, Mulan, Toy Story. You've got all these things that people loved back then, and now they're recreating them, but just because now you've grown up and got some money, you're gonna do it. You're gonna fucking buy the merch and watch the movie anyway. So whatever shit we pump out, you're gonna buy it.
I mean, probably a little bit, yeah. I wouldn't say all of it, because they still make original stuff. Sometimes.
No, I'm just talking about like the 90s stuff. Now they're recreating everything. Do you think they're just kind of doing it purely on the basis that like...
I mean, but like Lion King is just a cash grab. There's like no... originality into it. The story is like fucking crap. They took out the good parts of it because they wanted to be realistic. The anime, like the live action, yes, the lions look realistic, but it's not also like fucking amazing. Like, holy shit, look at that. It's like, which the Lion King had that. Like, some of the scenes were like, holy shit, that looks amazing. Where this, like the new Lion King is just, it's a savannah, I guess.
It's kind of like
it's so, everything's like dark and brown and dull because that's what savannah looks like. I mean,
so if you were handing it in as your like your thesis or like your not your thesis but like your assignment or your final project,
yeah,
you'd get a really high mark for technical accuracy.
Yeah,
and then
everything else, meh.
And so if your degree is in like animation, well done, you've done an A star. But then if you're in, I don't know, animation and story development, you're going to get like a B-.
Yeah.
Technically, great. Story-wise.
Even the direction. Like, the director, Jon Favreau, he's a great director. Some of his movies are amazing. He did great with, like, Jungle Book. Like, Jungle Book is amazing. It's really good.
Jungle Book was good. Yeah, I do agree.
It was really good.
I remember seeing it in the cinema. It was really good.
And the animals, like, felt... I don't want to say real, but, like...
They had personality.
They felt like they had personality and, like, some kind of, like, expression. Even just body expression rather than facial, but...
I think if...
Lion King, they had, like, never... Like, even, like, when, oh, what's this thing? Mufasa is getting, like, trampled.
Mm-hmm.
And Simba is, like, yelling no. It's like, he's yelling no, but, like, there's no expression in his face. He's, like, completely blank. So it's like...
There's only so much you can do with a lion's face. That isn't going to make it unrealistic.
But, and that's the problem with that direction, that it doesn't fit the type of movie at all that Lion King is. It doesn't fit the type of emotion that it's trying to evoke from people.
Do you know the one that I'd say probably done it the best? Aladdin.
Yeah. Also, I feel like we've had this conversation on this podcast before.
But yeah, no, so in terms of like Toy Story 4, I think most people can agree. It's just kind of like...
They wanted some extra money to fund Coco.
No.
What's the new movie coming out next month? Onward.
No, Disney's like, right, we brought Star Wars. How do we afford this? Let's just... Toy Story, that makes money. Aladdin, that makes... Lion King, just make it look realistic and they'll fucking buy it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toy Story 4 wasn't bad, so...
It just wasn't good, did it? It did not deserve the Oscar.
So in terms
of pure like animation, like quality of animation, even then didn't deserve the Oscar. Klaus looked better. Fucking Frozen 2 looked better. And Frozen 2 again doesn't have the best story. Although I preferred it to Frozen 1. But like the animation, it completely beats Toy Story just because they made actually new things and like it's so imaginative. Where again, Toy Story like the same thing over and over again.
True.
And I get it, you can't change the design of Woody. It's not like Elsa now where you can have like 15 different dresses and change their hair and looks amazing. Like, I get you can do that with Buzz and like Woody, but like, just tired.
So, in terms of fun facts, a lot of these were... when it comes to like Toy Story 1, 2 and 3... Well, usually 1 and 2. Because it was so long ago, the fun facts were a bit... I don't believe all of them, but because that's like pretty much pre-internet, pre-social media.
Yeah,
so
like speculation.
A lot of them were speculation, but so when you go to 3 and especially 4, these were a lot more... You had so many to fucking choose from, so I don't necessarily want to just rattle off load of random ones.
Yeah.
So in terms of the actual storyline itself, Toy Story 4 technically only follows on from Toy Story 3 within a couple of months.
Yeah.
However, we waited 9 fucking years.
Yeah.
Until Disney needed money. All of the, like you said earlier, all the characters looked had the exact same basically all the exact same, and some of the additional like subsurface scratches and the stuff that you get on like the details were purely there just to know that they were plastic, because like you said, the animation is getting better, but they still have to make it look shit in terms of like the characters.
Yeah.
Because you can make a super realistic, like ultra realistic, like Lion King-esque, and it has no emotions. But if you make it like Woody, you can make Woody look photorealistic and perfect, but it's not in character.
I mean, it wouldn't make sense for them to change the animation style.
And so there's loads of throughout this entire movie. There's loads of little Easter eggs and little bits and pieces, like Tin Toy, one of the first animated characters that Pixar did, was featured during the dancing scene during the disco scene in the antique shop.
Yeah.
And director John Cooley has over 10 pages of imagery that lists every single Easter egg that's hidden in the film, and small things like the guitars from Coco were also featured.
That's cool. I didn't notice that.
Yep. And in the antique shop, they're filled with 10,000 items, Meridia's bow from Brave as well.
Merida.
Merida.
Is it Merida?
Merida.
Merida.
Yeah.
I don't know. She's like the blandest of Disney princesses. Actually, that's not true. That's Pocahontas.
So, a lot of the items in the antique shop were just repurposed from like past Pixar movies.
Yeah.
So the majority were some of them were repurposed from past Pixar films, but the majority had to be had to be custom made, which is one of the reasons why it took so fucking long, is because of how many items that they wanted.
Yeah.
Everything was unique, so they had to create. You can spend multiple days making one item, so if you times that by 10,000, that's a lot. The films was originally supposed to focus on like the love story between Woody and Bo, but it was turning more of an adventure film.
I mean, either way,
it pretty much was a love story between Woody and Bo anyway.
Well, and also who cares?
That whole
nobody cared about Bo so much that it's Toy Story 3. You only she was turned away. That's only a reference to her. That's it.
In the movie, it's like, oh, do you remember? It was like, it's only us now. We're the ones left. Even Bo's gone. And I was like, oh,
that's it.
I don't fucking care. It would have been a lot better if it was ended up being like Buzz was taken into to the antique shop or something. That would have been so much better than Bo.
Also, isn't she porcelain?
Yes.
How did she take off the dress? Like the big skirt? Did she break it off?
This is one of Karen's annoyance with this movie.
She kept saying
she's a fucking lamp. She's not jumping off a carousel and not breaking.
Yeah, she's ceramic, isn't it?
Yeah, she is.
Did she break away she put away the skirt and she had legs? Pants underneath? Not pants. I'm sorry, that means underwear in the UK.
Yes.
Trousers.
So
underneath?
It's one of those things. It's one of those things where you just have to just remove the reality from your head.
It's not really. It's in-game, in-world rules. Because, like, we can't change the shirt of Woody because it's sewn in, like, right?
Yeah. The only thing you can remove, and what was removed, was fucking his little badge.
The badge and, like, the hat.
Because,
like, and if you rip off, like, the sleeve of the shirt, you rip off with his arm, because it's the same thing, like, how does she not have that dress now?
I have no idea.
It makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but I just... It's one of those things where it just... It's a Pixar Disney animation thing. You just have to accept it and move on.
I can't.
And talking about Bo had a whole team designated to making the character like really special and standing out.
I mean, it looked like porcelain or like ceramic or whatever it is.
And they didn't want the character to fall into the tropes that women in action films usually fall into.
What are those?
I don't know.
Can they give us an example? 'Cause, like...
So, for Bo's personality, movement, and overall aesthetic, they took an inspiration from Rey from Star Wars, Dottie from A League of Their Own, the Bride from Kill Bill, gymnast Ali Resman, dancer Shara Burgess, and Bo staff martial arts and spear throwing, just to name a few. So essentially, instead of making it like she's like this stereotypical like damsel in distress, they wanted her to be kind of more of like Rey from Star Wars, which is
I mean, that's more common now than the other one. And also normally those are like extremely sexualized. Like the Megan Fox like Transformers. So that would be weird if they took inspiration from that.
Because how would it be to make it like
just her bending over a car and
it's like her
really looking at her butt.
Do you know the kids movie where it's like this lamp is like flirting with Woody,
or she has like her midriff exposed in the middle of battle, like the Amazonians in Justice League.
That really bugs me. You see so many girls walk around with like that. I'm just like, isn't that cold? I mean, or is that just because I'm getting older? I'm like, isn't that cold? Isn't that like uncomfortable?
You want a jacket? Do you want a jacket? Here, you have my jacket.
No, I won't give you my jacket. You might steal it. I'll keep it myself, thank you.
No, like that's a problem with like comic accurate sometimes costumes for the like women characters, because in the comics some of them are like extremely unpractical. It's just girls fighting aliens in like booty shorts and in like a tank top. And, like, the man in full armor.
Yeah, but...
And then people change that in movies and everybody's outraged.
I
mean, not always. Not always, of course.
It's a movie. I think at the end of... I know it sounds...
Like, Wonder Woman. Like, the whole... Just, what's the thing called? Or it's just the body... A bodysuit. Not a bodysuit.
Like a swimsuit.
Kind of like a swimsuit.
Yeah.
Like...
I'm going to be honest.
That makes no sense whatsoever.
I'm going to be honest. I think both...
it's not Superman too, like when Superman wore his underwear outside.
Yeah, if I'm completely honest, I know it's going to sound maybe slightly sexist, but both men and women probably want to see...
When you go into battle, please get dressed.
No, not even that. No, I was going to say, if I'm honest, both men and women... want to see a good-looking man and a good-looking woman.
Sure, of course, sex sells. Everybody knows that.
And so,
just like we're a bit more realistic.
Why? I know this whole thing of let's make them into this like unsexualized characters.
It's not even that.
It doesn't fucking sell. B, no one really wants to see an unsexualized person. Let's be honest.
No, and that's why you have shirtless. Like in every movie, Steve Rogers has like a shirtless scene. Where he's like showing off all of his 18 abs. But then when he goes into battle to fight the Chitauri or Thanos' army, he puts on a shirt.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
So, if we, as rational people, we both accept that you don't need this like bland like t-shirt and jeans woman to be like, she's the badass because then she can put a shield on and be really cool.
No, just give her an interesting costume.
At the end of the day, if you've got it doesn't. At the end of the day, people
like the
don't
costume
care.
for Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad.
Right.
Like, how... That would make no sense. She's like... Everyone was wearing kind of armor. Like, that... what's his name? Not that shit. That... Is it that? No. Deadshot. I can't remember the name. God damn it, Mitchell.
Sorry.
And like... well... Like, she's the one... It's like... Was that night? One. And she's like the only one wearing shorts and the t-shirt that was ripped in several places.
Yeah.
It's like, it just made no sense.
It's a movie. It doesn't have to make sense. Plus...
Also, it wasn't that interesting. It was like kind of a boring costume. I did not like her costume.
If you look in all the comic books and...
Why not give her the costume from like the animated series?
Not even that. So many comic books and animations don't sell because... they sell because...
Well, comics are basically that, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, a lot of the comics, animes and mangas, the representation between men and women is very equal. Well, actually, it's more on the male side, but they're all kind of this stereotypical woman in short shorts and things like that. And 99.9% of people couldn't give a fuck. They just think this is a cool costume, I like it.
I didn't like the costume.
It just takes a point.
That's the one thing I didn't like from the Birds of Prey, was the clothes she was wearing. Like, I didn't like it. It was like too neon.
So that's the thing. It only takes that 0.1%.
Yeah.
And then everyone's like, yeah, but this is...
I didn't like the costumes.
Yeah.
That's a really fair argument, to be fair.
So...
I know, do you like...
We all just want to see good looking people on screen. Let's just be fucking real. I don't care what anyone says. No one really cares about... the majority of people don't give a fuck about, like, oh, she just looks like an average woman. It's like, I don't come to pay £10 to watch an average person. I come here to watch this crazy...
You should.
Amazing looking person doing a really cool thing.
Also, Black Widow, zip up your... whatever, what's it called, bodysuit. Like, seriously. You're in the middle of combat.
Yeah.
Nobody needs to see your boobs.
The way you should look at it is, like, she's so badass that she can do it looking stunning. And
Excuse me, she does not need to unzip have a stupid amount of cleavage to be awesome. And kick ass. She's better than Hawkeye. She doesn't have any powers.
Are you determining what women should wear?
Yes.
Rita,
she doesn't. I'm not a feminist. She doesn't have any powers, and she's in the middle of a fucking aliens invasion, and her hair looks perfect. That's amazing. That's an accomplishment.
That's an accomplishment. That's the thing. I almost used to call myself a feminist years ago until I realised what it meant, and that kind of means years ago it used to mean like, okay, you just want like men and women to have equal opportunities. That's fine. And now it's like
you hate men.
It's like you hate men.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
After
fighting like Shitori aliens and not have a hair out of place, that's impressive.
It is.
I mean, not even Steve fucking Rogers can do that, so...
And that's the thing, now it's like...
And still she waited 10 years to have a fucking movie.
and now it's like, right, so you need to have like an average looking woman with an average looking...
What's wrong with average looking?
Sensible thing. Because...
Why can't I have representation of me like a hero that has pimples every other day of the week and still goes fighting crime? Why can't I have that?
Why can't we have this like...
Who's like not super fat but not skinny either?
Why can't we just...
That's me, I'm just average-ish.
So why can't we just then have the complete, absolute embodiment of perfection instead?
That's boring.
It's not though. That's what sells.
Perfection is boring. Look at Superman.
Yeah, but I don't go... Most people won't want to go to the cinema if the person on screen looks like... In a superhero movie, they don't want to go there to see an average person doing an average thing. They want to go and see...
I would go see an average person fight crime.
No, they
Wait, isn't that Police?
pretty much, but that's not a superhero movie.
It's
They're going to see a superhero movie because they see a crazy, perfect person kicking ass and taking names.
Perfect.
Well, the stereotype.
Tony Stark is an alcoholic. Steve Rogers technically should be racist and like make weird sexist.
No, Tony Stark is the embodiment of what men think perfection is, which is they don't really have to work on themselves too much. They're super intelligent and they've got as much money as they fucking want, and they're really powerful. That's like.
He also has a shit ton of trauma.
Yeah, but it's
and again, it's an alcoholic. Especially in the comics.
It's the way that men tend to deal with it, which is, it's fine because I've got money and women. It's fine, not a problem. That's how it's always dealt with with Tony Stark.
And Steve Rogers, he's from the 40s, or he died technically. He went into the ice in 1940 something. Shouldn't he like be racist? Or like think Natasha is just an assistant or a secretary?
Not necessarily, no. Like
in the US in the 40s, come on.
Not really.
Kind of.
Like bearing it, my nan and granddad were born in like the 30s.
Yes.
So they weren't.
In the UK.
They weren't completely racist. You saw the show that I got you to watch earlier.
Yeah, my granddad was.
My nan and granddad weren't raised like my nan, for example. She was a lorry driver and like a van driver during the 60s and 70s, where it's like, you're a woman and you're driving a van. It's like,
exactly.
Are you feeling okay? It's like was he
was 20 something in the 40s.
Yeah.
That was what I'm saying. You should like come up to Natasha and like go get me a coffee, secretary.
Well,
Natasha then kicks him in the nuts.
But
can we have that scene? That's what I want from the Black Widow movie.
Because wasn't actually how it always worked. Because like my nan was saying that she got a lot of people would say to her like, oh, you know, you're a woman driving a van. Is like, was the man like ill today? And she's like, not really. Yes. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. And that was it. There was no this extreme racist.
That was in the 70s, 60s though. That's 20 years before, and he's from the US, where people weren't as.
I mean,
especially when it comes to race.
If you say he was born, if he was like in the if he was 20s during like the 1940s, 50s in like the South, then I'd be like, yes, fine, that is extreme. But not everywhere was completely racist. But do you know what? Do you know what is completely extreme? How quickly and how long we diverted from looking at Toy Story 4.
Yeah,
it shows how much
we liked Toy Story 4 that we talk about everything but Toy Story 4.
The animators took care to understand like the material Bo was made of. Essentially, because she was made of glaze and very so they put a lot of the subtle cracks and the little bits and pieces on her. The it's not a fun fact because it's not fun, but this is a fact that made me like kind of sad. Though Don Rickles died in 2017, who voiced Mr. Potato Head, his voice was featured.
Yeah.
As he previously signed on for the film, and his family asked if Toy Story 4 could find a way to use his voice. To do so, the team searched through everything he's recorded in the last 24 years to find clips they could use in the film.
Yeah, from like outtakes and stuff like that. Yeah.
And I found when I didn't know 100% that Mr. Potato, apparently it says, you did it, I stood up, well done, good watch. Apple, don't you know, they're correct.
They're
about everything
correct.
in this. So yeah, when I heard of Don Rickles passing, I was like, does that mean he's no longer Toy Story 4? And I was so happy that he was. Just because he's is such an iconic character as well. Mr. Potato Head is so iconic. So it was great to see just to see him essentially. Yeah, I've got loads more fun facts, but I think we're 45 minutes into it. And
otherwise, we'll still be here tomorrow.
True.
Talking about comic accurate costumes.
Talking about how everyone actually just wants completely sexualized characters because they're interesting.
Talking about how the world should end and we should start over from scratch.
I mean, it will do, because when Elon Musk gets to colonize Mars, we can restart society. It'd be brilliant.
No, Portugal will get there first. And then divide Mars with Spain. And then lose everything. Some years after. And become a teeny tiny country that nobody knows about.
No, because that's the thing. In Mars, they don't have water.
They do.
They don't have water.
They do.
Enough to fill a pond.
We'll find
the
way by sea to Mars, which is what we contributed to history.
I was going to say no, it's because they won't have enough place. They won't have enough water to fulfill a pond to put your cod in there, so they can.
We actually import cod,
and so then you can have
Norway,
that
mostly.
For some reason at Christmas. Instead of having turkey and chicken.
Why would I have turkey at fucking Christmas? Cod is so much better. Also, at least we're not like the US, where we celebrate a holiday after a guy that went out to find India, found America instead, and they're like, this guy's smart, let's celebrate him.
Yeah, but that's where you get a lot of the good deals at. That's all the
by getting on the wrong, basically, highway.
No,
I want to go to London, but instead I end up in Birmingham.
No, that's when companies go, right, they're celebrating holiday. Let's get some money out of them. It's great.
Who gets money out of Columbus Day? Also, who's a terrible person? He bought a bunch of diseases.
Have you any time that there's any kind of national celebration in America, which is every other fucking weekend at this point, they're like, right, celebrate Columbus Day by buying a new MacBook.
I don't think they celebrate anymore, actually. I think everyone realized it's kind of stupid. Celebrate a holiday.
I think
about a guy that committed genocide, basically.
I think the really Americans probably celebrate. They're like, every time they have something to celebrate and how good America is, they're like, right, let's do this.
It wasn't like, even the US they found. You found like a bunch of islands, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, like Thanksgiving,
like South America.
Thanksgiving
is a lie.
Yeah, and the next, basically the first weekend of Thanksgiving that's when Black Friday's on, and that's when all the companies go, money, money, money.
Not the first week, the last week.
Sorry, the last weekend.
Yeah.
And then for some reason the UK is like, that's genius. Let's take that. And then all you do is get like £5 off a pair of AirPods, and they sell out some reason.
Yeah, basically. Or do it in Portugal, like fake rise, like say that it was 750, it's now 500. Buy it. But the rest of the year was 500 already. That's what happens in Portugal, according to Reddit.
When I've been at work, I've been like 2 weeks before Black Friday, having the prices go up to their normal prices. Like everything just goes skyrocket in price. Like AirPods go from like 137 to like 159, which is the like, max price.
Yeah.
And then the day of Black Friday, it's like, hey guys, it's 135. Brilliant savings. And then they literally fucking sell out in the morning.
Black Friday is a lie, people. Also, again, we haven't started talking about the movie, Jesus.
So yeah, talking about, I was trying to figure out a segue. There's no way to segue from Black Friday. Friday. No,
Weekend.
No.
Weekend you go to the park. Park you go to the...
Wrong. Easy way to do it. Black Friday, they do sales on toys. Talking about toys, Toy Story.
There you go.
Talking about Toy Story, let's talk about a toy that isn't a toy called Bo. Because she's a fucking lamp.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, right, so... Toy Story 4. Let's talk about it. 50 minutes in. Right. Synopsis. Yeah, so... in a flashback to 9 years ago, between the events of the two films, basically RC is trying to come out of the drain. He's being swept by the water and the rain.
Tragedy.
How the fuck does he work after this?
I don't know.
If you leave anything out like electrical for like more than 5 seconds, it's like it's water damage, mate.
Yeah.
It's fucked. Don't worry. But RC survives. So Woody and like all the rest of them are trying to save him from going down a drain.
Yeah.
Which is kind of juxtaposition to like the first movie where RC is trying to save Buzz and Woody by driving to the truck, and now Buzz and Woody are trying to save him from going down the drain.
Full circle. No.
There's a Doctor Who joke there, but no one's going to get it. If you get the full circle joke, comment below
and give us a review on iTunes.
We've gone full circle. Yes. So they're trying to rescue RC. But while they're busy, a mysterious man buys. So in operation, but while they are busy, a mysterious man buys Bo's Peep. Despite Woody's effort to prevent the sale, Bo reassures him that the toys that is being a toy taken away. Which was such a quick scene that.
I mean, it wasn't really needed. Who cares how she left?
And plus, in the previous movie, we got told that Bo was
given away.
Yeah. So 2 years after Annie donated his toys to Bonnie, Woody and the others were really happy with life because obviously they're one of the biggest.
Play with again.
We are now owned again.
Woo!
Rita's happy with Woody's blatant slavery. It's brilliant. I own you.
He loves slavery anyway.
Content basically with their new life. So Bonnie kind of feels overwhelmed with at kindergarten. She's new to it, isn't she? She's new to the place.
Her first year at kindergarten, and he thinks he needs to go because she needs protection or whatever. It's like a weird. It makes no sense.
It's Woody's typical.
Because she doesn't play with him anymore. Not really.
No.
She makes Jesse the sheriff, which good for you.
No, we don't get onto this till later on. Don't we?
Is it?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know. Anyway, she doesn't really play with Woody anymore.
I mean,
he stays in the closet.
I mean, Jessie is the actual OG. We love Jessie.
Sure.
Why not?
Less.
She's been through a hard time, okay? Not a Woody hard time, but kind of like a hard time as in she's been abandoned. And she
was given to charity, Jesus.
What, Jessie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So?
That's tragic.
Anyway, basically Woody stalks Bonnie to kindergarten.
And so he sneaks into her backpack and
because he
comes
thinks
to like
he's
that
the most important
Bonnie
fucking toy in the world.
Yes. He comes to like that Bonnie is quite shy around a new classmate. So Woody places a spork and some other items from the trash during their arts and crafts session. So when they're making all the bits and pieces, for some fucking reason, Bonnie's like, let's make Sporky.
Toy out of trash.
But let's not call it Sporky because it's a fucking spork. Let's call it Forky, which is wrong.
Oh yeah.
It's not Forky. It's Sporky. I just don't think that would sell as well.
Again, playing with trash will not get you many friends, Bunny.
And playing with trash is how coronavirus happens. Kids, leave the trash in the trash. Don't start.
Is it?
Don't start grabbing trash and then hugging it. It's a bad idea.
It's weird. I mean,
it's
look.
Top 10 ways to get
friends.
Top 10 ways to get ill.
Making friends is hard, but playing with trash is not a solution.
Anyway,
like, come on.
Yeah.
Also, like, I'm pretty sure kids are like able to like bring toys to kindergarten. I don't think it's like forbidden.
I don't know.
Bring toys to kindergarten.
No,
I don't know.
I think it might be.
Is it? I can't remember.
Bearing in mind, I think a lot of schools nowadays stop you from bringing in your toys and things like that.
But kindergarten, like 3-year-olds.
No, I think it is because I know like the nurseries and stuff that some of my friends their kids aren't allowed to take the toys in.
Really?
And the reason why is because a lot of toys get damaged and broken by other kids, and it's a stop.
Yeah.
If you went out and spent 40 quid on a really nice toy for your kid, and that's what they absolutely love, and you take it there and some, like Toy Story 3, all the toys got like dipped in glue and shit. If your parent goes out and buys you an amazing toy, you're gonna come home heartbroken when your fucking toy gets broken. So a lot of the time now they just say no to it. So
maybe it's kindergarten, so we probably have toys there. Just go play with toys. And some other kid would come. But
she's really shy, so she's like, I will sit at table and just look really awkward.
It's all kids. Like some kid will like come talk to her eventually, probably.
So some people even saying that she was like that they think that she has some sort of like autism or like social, some like mental problem or some like disability that makes her shy and awkward. And
yeah, because you can't just be shy, you have to have a mental.
Correct.
She's the new kid. What kid doesn't feel awkward in their like first day?
What kid doesn't feel awkward when they're 22?
Exactly. Just take a chill pill.
Named Rita.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against autistic people. I know Karen, she's fine. She's calm and everything.
I'm wondering where this is going.
But also, I'm pretty sure like nobody can tell if a character is autistic or not because they're shy. They're sitting at a table alone.
In my head, I saw you get the shovel out and start digging yourself a hole that you're gonna not be able to escape from.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay. You're about a waist deep at this moment. It's fine. I get this. You managed to save yourself from digging yourself a hole talking about autism.
Right. I'm very happy. Autism?
I'm very happy.
Did Karen think she knows symptoms? Because she was diagnosed, so she knows what it is like.
Yeah.
So does she think that Bonnie was being portrayed as an autistic child? Did he ever came across like that to her?
Never mentioned that to her. She thinks I'm slightly autistic.
There you go.
I mean,
so she would have noticed if Bonnie was.
However, I don't think that's the case. Like, okay, one of the traits of autism is like a very focused. When you have one of the most common traits of autism is like you're hyper focused at something.
Yeah.
And mine is obviously Doc 2, but that's not.
But like everyone has like a symptom of like a mental illness.
Everyone.
Have you seen like the TED talk about like psychopath? Being a psychopath?
How many boxes did you tick?
All of them. But not that point. That wasn't the point. But like everyone ticks something and like being overly ambitious or
everyone ticks
or not or like faking emotions like everyone does when they say they're happy.
Do you know one of the most common things is like nowadays so many people get I say the word nowadays. It's even when I was growing up, so many people had ADHD.
Yeah.
And it's been so misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
And
Just shove pills down your throat.
And I'm not talking out of place, because one of my really good friends during primary school was really severely he had very severe ADHD. So the way that he acted in comparison to the kids with ADHD is completely the opposite. Like he could not. He was popping tablets every couple of hours to keep himself even remotely focused. Whereas the people who were a little bit mischievous
or had too much energy or whatever
were ADHD. I'm like, no.
And then they take tablets and become zombies.
Yeah, there was this one kid in the class who was supposedly ADHD, and the day that he didn't take the tablet, he was like, he acted like a normal kid, but with just kind of, if you gave a kid some like Coca-Cola, that was kind of how he acted, but all the time. Rush. Whereas if you didn't give my friend a tablet, it was like, he's batshit crazy.
Yeah, bouncing off the walls.
He was bouncing off of every fucking wall. So yeah, this is why we need to do a politics podcast.
I mean, I don't know. Did Bonnie take her? Was she vaccinated? Because vaccines are linked to autism, right? That's true. That's totally not a fake. That wasn't totally disproven 70 fucking times.
Yeah, because of course.
That study of 25 people, which was all of the results were faked. That's what we should trust.
Basically,
am I right?
A small minority of American people are basically saying they would rather die than have autism.
Not they. They'd have the children die than have autism.
Yeah, because although they haven't got autism and they haven't died, their kids can either have autism or die. Because they weren't injected with the exact same thing 20, 30 years ago. Boomer problems.
Anyway.
So
that maybe that was a problem.
After...
she was vaccinated. Anyway. Also, there was a kid with a disability in her class. He had I think it was in those earring aids or something. There was one kid on Bonnie's class.
I think the good thing is now we've got to a point where if you see someone with disabilities in movies or TV shows, we're like, I didn't even notice it. I think that's good. We've got to a point where we don't even fucking notice it. It's brilliant. I like it. It's no longer this case of, oh my god, did you see it? There was a wheelchair. No. It's like, oh, they're in a wheelchair. I was like, okay, cool. Sure. I like it.
Sure.
She essentially creates Forky out of trash. And Woody convinces Forky to be one of what the joys are of being a toy.
To be fair, Forky's kind of funny.
Yeah.
He tries to kill himself 15 times.
I'm just trying to think where I'm jumping all over the place here.
It's fine. This movie isn't that interesting. You can skip a few parts.
So she feels overwhelmed. Woody sneaks into the backpack. Woody covertly places all the trash on the table. She makes the toy spork and named it Forky, which is wrong. And
she doesn't know what a spork is.
What, is she an idiot?
I don't know. She's a 4-year-old.
I mean, well, come on. What 4-year-old doesn't know what a spork is? Come on.
I don't know.
What parents are they?
Who the fuck knows what a spork is? Who even uses sporks? Why do you use a spork?
It's a Doctor Who Sonic.
Of course.
And it's a spork.
Do you eat with it?
I have my Weetabix every morning and I mush it up with the fork end of it. It's genuinely really good.
Oh my god.
You're just like, who the fuck would ever do this? And then I'm just like, I genuinely do it every day. You're like, Mitchell, why the fuck are you an idiot?
Who the fuck uses spork?
It genuinely is good because I want to make my Weetabix in the morning.
Also Weetabix because it's disgusting.
So yeah, you create my Weetabix in the morning, and then you put the milk in, and then you use the stabby end of the spork to kind of mush it, and then you've got a spoon to then eat it with.
Kill me.
And it's got a Sonic on the other side. And then I eat my Weetabix with my Sonic spork, and I have my Doctor Who mug.
Kill me.
And then I'm playing World of Warcraft, watching Doctor Who.
Kill me.
Okay, I'm severely autistic, you're right. You're right.
I'm always right.
Apart from when you're wrong. Which is
once.
Which is never.
Whenever have I ever been wrong? Give me an example.
In Portugal, you went wrong and became ill.
That doesn't count.
That's because you were vaccinated. That's
well,
where you went wrong. You went and got vaccinated. That's your problem.
And then whenever I go to Portugal, I get ill. That makes sense.
So are we saying Portugal is now a petri dish of vaccination?
Maybe. I mean, I would believe if Portugal was like the next anti-vax movement place.
I doubt it.
Serious. Like I wouldn't be surprised.
No,
my country can be weirdly backwards, like 30 years, like back.
So America,
comparing to everyone else,
America's the first place that's gone extremely anti-vax. So the next place I think would be somewhere like France.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Or like Italy or something like that. It's because Portugal is so far behind, it'll take them about 30 years to catch up, so it's fine. However, you've got better upload internet than us. I'm very annoyed with that.
That's why we should move to Portugal, so our podcast uploads faster.
When I render this out as like a video for YouTube, it's so much quicker to do it as like ProRes 422, and the file size is 23 gigabytes.
Jesus.
And so then I have to like compress it again to like 200 megabytes, and it loses in no quality. Like, who the fuck uses ProRes 422? Like, what? This is such a niche topic. No one.
Anyway.
Yeah. So when you're rendering via Final Cut on a MacBook, are you rendering it on Apple's own file format? There's one person out there called Tim.
Maybe.
But the problem is he can't save it on his hard drive because he saved it in the wrong file format.
Jesus Christ. Let's move on. Where are we? Let's jump.
We should just have a fucking talk show.
Let's jump to the middle of the movie.
So, she creates a handmade toy called Forky, and so she takes Forky home, puts her in a backpack, and he comes to life. And to Woody's shock, this is very strange. So does this mean anytime you put a face on something inanimate in Toy Story, it becomes an object?
I guess.
So that
the tables at my school must all be alive.
I was just thinking that every like public cubicle across the country
is alive.
Is now. So are we? This is getting weird. So that means every time that you draw a face on a cubicle.
I never drew a face on a cubicle. I've drawn faces on
not
tables.
You, but every fucking cubicle across the world has got faces on it. So does that mean every time that you're on the toilet, someone, a toy is now watching you?
Yeah.
You're never gonna.
A door that became a toy is not watching you pee. That's comforting.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you're gonna for at least 6 months now. Every time you go to the loo and you see like a face, you're gonna go. Right. You're just gonna. You're. This is how they catch you. This is how Pixar do horror. They just make you think that everyone's watching you.
I mean, it really is. I mean, come on. It makes no sense that the fucking sport comes alive.
But yeah, so after the fork does come alive, Woody introduces Forky to the rest of the toys.
And then Forky tries to kill himself.
Because suicide is a good joke, right?
Trash. Because he's trash. People are trash. Just kill yourself.
I mean, we're trash.
It's a good joke. It isn't. It's kind of funny, but like.
I'm surprised the Twitter brigade haven't lost their fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that would be something Twitter would be upset at.
Like, you're just promoting suicide and people feeling of trash. I'm like, you are fucking trash. What you on about? But yeah, so he tries to... Is it he, she, or an it? I'm going to say it.
It's a they. It's a non-binary.
It's a fork. It's an it.
They don't... Sparky doesn't identify as a he or she, so it's a they.
Yeah, and that's because Forky doesn't have any body parts, and nor does it have a brain. It's a fork.
Your gender doesn't have anything to do with your body parts.
It's a fork.
Or better yet, how you identify yourself has nothing to do with your body parts.
So does that mean...
Also, none of the toys have brains, technically, I think.
Anyway. Right, so, so introduce it to the rest of the group, and Forky starts to freak the fuck out, tries to jump in the bin, believing he's trash, because, you know...
I mean, he's exactly right.
We're all trash anyway. And he jumps out the window, so Woody then tries to go after him. Woody convinces Forky of the... So we're jumping ahead a little bit, so this is when they're on the RV.
Yeah. So they go to the RV, because they were going to...
We're going on a road trip!
To somewhere.
So this isn't the most, like, generic plotline ever. It's like, right, so we can't think of anything original, so they're going on a road trip.
Yeah.
Was this inspired by Zombieland?
Maybe.
For fuck's sake.
It's possible.
So yeah, they go on a road trip. Woody jumps out the fucking window after some, like, lots of time killing between, you know, the trip for unknown reasons.
Forky jumps out of the window and Woody goes after him.
Yeah, so Woody goes after him and convinces Forky to do something or something. I don't fucking know. This shit's a bit boring.
I could care less about this movie.
And so and then they go journey to the RV park. All while like Woody and Forky make their way there.
Make their way back to the park, and then is that when they find Bo?
So
on like the playground.
So reaching the town, Woody spots Bo's lamp in the antique store.
Yeah.
So this point, Forky's been created. They've gone to they started the RV trip. Forky jumps out the window because suicide promotion is great.
Suicide is fun. No.
Suicide Squad is fun. Am I right?
Please call the suicide hotline if you're having suicidal thoughts.
Yeah.
Disclaimer.
It actually isn't a genuine joke. If you actually, yeah. No one listens to this, so we're not promoting this to anyone.
Yeah, I mean, only my mom listens to this. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Rita's mum.
There you go.
You got good upload internet. Nice. So good promotion. Did your mum listen to this and go, my daughter's fucking weird as shit?
No, she only understands some of it. It's fine.
It's
fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. It's fine. Where were we? Oh, so
this podcast is derailing because this movie is so boring.
He sees I can't believe this won the Oscar. I mean, clearly
what else were they going up against?
Klaus, which I saw yesterday. It's actually really good. The animation is amazing. It's so amazing. So much more impressive than this one. Is it French or was it Spanish animated movie?
Yeah, that was never going to win the Oscars.
Yeah, because they didn't see it. And then DreamWorks, the Dragon one. How to Train a Dragon 3, which I forgot came out last year.
Yeah, I watched How to Train a Dragon 1 and 2.
And it wasn't another one, wasn't it? There's supposed to be 5.
So this was the same year of Aladdin, wasn't it? Or is that... Aladdin was...
Did Aladdin come out last year? Yes, it did.
Yeah, so...
Aladdin wouldn't count as an animated
No,
movie.
Aladdin didn't. Lion
Thank
King...
God! Like, I was afraid they were going to nominate Lion King and win. I was like, oh, thank God.
Jesus. I thought they were going to be like...
Lion
King was going to get like a technical award or something.
I thought they were going to like go all... Because it was nominated for the Golden Globes. I think. Did it win? I can't remember. Yeah.
No idea.
And I thought they were going to go, it's animation. Like, I thought they were going to, like, nominate it and it was going to win. I was like, no, thank God. But no, Toy Story was, like, not the best movie. I think Klaus was the better movie. It's really, I really like this Christmas movie. The animation was so much better in Toy Story.
But yeah, so talking about the animation, Toy Story, Woody sees Bose, so after Woody arrives at the RV campsite, it's not a campsite, it's just an RV park.
It's just a, yeah.
So
he sees the lamp on the antique shop and
goes searching
to like search for her.
And he has an encounter with a really weird doll called Gabby 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 Gabby.
Yeah. One thing, would you think they're unique? There's only one lamp with Bo Peep on it. Because that could be any Bo Peep lamp if they made more than one. Right?
There's plot holes, okay.
Tons of plot holes. That makes no sense. Anyway, they meet a creepy doll.
Yeah.
That has a broken voice box.
Which makes no sense.
Around.
Which makes no sense.
How does she speak?
This is my point. Why does she need a voice box when she could actually speak?
I guess because when they pull the string, she can't.
And you're saying that when that string is pulled out, she couldn't speak with the voice that she normally speaks with?
Because then she would move her mouth? I don't know.
Then you just have a toy that is like any other toy which has a mouth movement to it.
Yeah. I don't know, it makes no sense. This movie is stupid.
Yeah, this movie is fucking dumb.
Also, she's constantly on a stroller being pushed around by, like, ventriloquist dolls.
They look creepy.
They're
creepy. But they're not... Anyway, so meets Gabby Gabby and the dolls, essentially. And she basically offers to take her to Bo, but she has to have his voice box for some reason.
Yeah.
So basically, because she has no voice box, no child wants to have her.
I guess.
Even though she's like 50, 60 years old, and what child wants to play with a 50-year-old toy?
I don't know.
Like,
also,
maybe I would have as a child, but that's just because I'm weird.
But if they traded voice boxes, wouldn't then she speak with Woody's voice? Because,
yes.
like, it's just pre-recorded shit.
So, you're just having Gabby Gabby in the pull string pod. You're my favourite deputy!
There's a snake in my boot.
It's like, I wear boots now.
Yeah. And then it's a man's voice too, and like what?
It's a gender fluid toy.
Gabby Gabby's a drag queen, which good for her. Drag queens are fun. Maybe she then could go on to RuPaul's Drag Race.
Anyway. So she doing basically blackmail for his voice box.
Basically, it's blackmail.
And for some reason, no child wants to have her because she's broken. That obviously wasn't a trope from previous movies when Andy didn't want to play with Woody whilst he's broken. Wow, original. When Bonnie and her parents entered a store, Woody and then Forky tried to escape, but Forky is captured because plotline.
Of course he is.
By the time Woody escapes the shop, the RV has already gone without him, and realizes that Forky's still there.
Who cares? Because Bonnie's upset that he's in there. It's not like kids just forget toys all the fucking time.
How often do you? When I'm at work, I get toys handed in all the time. like from kids leaving them.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, they never come back for them. They get sat in the drawer for about 3 weeks. No, they don't get they don't get recovered.
Especially like toys that they're made out of fucking trash, which fall apart 2 days later.
And then this is where some people on Twitter were saying this is the symbolism of having traits of autism, because. And I'm just like, no, you're looking into it too much. It's just fucking plotline. Just a
child being upset that she lost her toy, but like 2 days later, she'd forget about it.
I think we should go. I think what we should do is just quit.
I think Woody has more traits of autism than fucking Bonnie. He's obsessed with his owner.
I think what we should do is just fucking quit Twitter, because it's literal like
it's a cesspool.
It's a cesspool of trash.
Twitter
is
sidetracked again.
Twitter is the embodiment of Forky.
Sure, just trash.
Just pure trash.
We're getting sidetracked again. Let's go. Where were we?
So yeah, the RV is gone. Forky is still left behind. And then realizes Forky's left behind. Woody reunites. Woody then kind of goes back, reunites with Bo, who's become a
she lives in
stereotypical
she lives in the playground, like the kind of kid wants to play with the porcelain doll. I have hair everywhere. Yeah. I need to shave my head. Just get rid of all of my hair. It'll make my life so much easier.
What, and become like an extreme feminist?
No, just have a shaved head so I don't have 1 to brush my hair, 2 so all my clothes don't have like hair everywhere,
and 3 so you can become a Twitter feminist.
Yes.
Cool.
Seriously.
So she is like, right, this doll has to now no longer be like an average female doll. She has to be an extreme adventurer.
This is why I like Barbie better in like the previous movie. Like, she wasn't like, yeah, she's a girl's doll, or a typical girl's doll who kicks ass but also likes fashion and is not afraid of showing it.
And then Bo's...
It's more like this radical...
And then Bo's gone from this, like you say, normal girl's doll to this... Right, it's like, right, so we need to be 2019 girls' dolls, so it needs to be this complete, extreme, kick-ass thing. It's like, no, you're a porcelain lamp. You'll break if you try and hurt someone.
Yeah, that's the thing. What I don't understand is why Bo? Because it makes no sense. Because the whole thing about how she toughened up or whatever was because they sold her to an antique shop and now she's not being played with anymore, or some bullshit reason. But also, no, she was a lamp and she was made of porcelain. Like, all of it. It's not like those dolls, those like really old dolls where like the head and the hands and the feet are like porcelain, but all the rest of the body is like
that weird material.
Yeah, it's not. It's what's it called? Seats.
Like cloth.
Cloth. Yeah, made of cloth. So you can still play with it and like it's malleable.
Yeah.
It's not all like but when she's not alive or whatever, she's like a stationary toy.
She's not even a toy.
She's a stationary lamp,
object.
Which is just posing.
So
like no kid's going to play with a fucking lamp. She was never going to be played with. So her story about being abandoned and now she moved to the playground
doesn't make any sense.
So she's played with every day. Doesn't make any sense. One, because she would break immediately because she's made out of porcelain, and it's a fucking playground where kids just fucking like throw toys around or let them fall, even by accident. Like, she would break on the first day, and again, she was never a toy to begin with.
Her whole do you know what character that character that should have been Bo? They should have been like Jessie or someone like that. Like, Woody and Jessie have this relationship where they're kind of they're really close.
Or she could be another Barbie because there are like 15 different Barbies.
No, the reason why I think,
or like a Bratz doll or whatever.
So the reason why I think Bo was chosen was because in Toy Story 1, for example, when Woody saved Buzz, Bo then like had this like really intimate scene where she was like kissing Woody.
She like kissed him, yeah.
And then
again, who cares? Like,
so I think the way they looked at it was like, oh, they must be really close. Let's choose this.
Well, they present them as a couple, or a soon-to-be couple, like they're dating or whatever.
But wouldn't it would have been so much more entertaining to have Jessie be put in an antique shop, or Woody in an antique shop, and Jessie having to find them. That would have been a lot better than Bo, because at least on that regard, Jessie is adventurous and this cowgirl.
Yeah,
it makes sense. Whereas Bo is kind of a very one-note character.
Well, there's only 2 girl toys in the whole series, except 3 with Barbie, because it's Jessie.
Yep.
And then again, Bo Peep's not a fucking toy.
And then
it's Barbie.
So why couldn't we have fucking Jessie?
It wouldn't make sense for Jessie because you could Andy. I keep forgetting his name. Andy just got her in the second movie, so she couldn't. It wouldn't really make sense for her to disappear.
It would, because
in the third movie, because like I don't know.
You could have had a scene where, Jessie is being removed. For some reason, Woody is the toy that in Toy Story 3 was taken.
Because then it would just repeat the story from Toy Story 2, which is...
They repeat the same toy. They say Toy Story 1 and 2 are the same fucking story anyway.
It would be too much exactly the same, like the exact same characters.
No,
it would need to be somebody...
The way that it could have worked...
It couldn't be Jessie or Buzz or anything. It couldn't be Woody, because Woody is like the main toy.
No, it could... So
I don't know.
The way
what I'm getting at is that this movie doesn't need to exist.
The way that it should have worked is Woody should have went with Andy. Then a couple of years had passed. Woody was then donated to charity or something.
Yeah, he sold them in the... He
sold
them on antique shop so he could buy more weed. Because Andy's in college.
Yeah, so something like that. And then...
But then we'd have to have an entirely different ending for Toy Story 3.
No.
Yeah.
No. And I'll tell you why. So Woody gets sold off to an antique shop because Andy needed the money or something.
No, but that's the thing. Andy left him with Bonnie.
No, this is what I'm saying. It's the way that it should have worked was Andy went with Woody. So Woody went with Andy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They would have to
college.
Change the ending for Toy Story 3.
And then after that Woody then gets donated to charity or gets sold off to like a collector or something.
An antique shop.
To an antique shop. And then as Jessie and that lot all went with on the RV, she spots that and they have to try and work together to be together. And then the ending would have been, because Andy needed the money, he's now got the money, and he's also got Woody back.
No, that would be way worse. That's so much worse.
It is, but it's a lot better than fucking...
I don't know, because that would like take away all of the conclusion that 3 set up.
Yeah, true.
No, it doesn't make...
Anyway, right, let's try...
It's not a fucking toy.
Let's try and just fucking get through this.
Anyway.
Bonnie's RV left without him. Realising Forky left behind him, and Bonnie's really sad. Woody reunites with Bo, who's basically become this crazy adventure for some reason, and helping other lost toys find their owners. So, okay, cool. With Bo's companion, a miniature cop, and basically they're near a nearby carnival. So they go to rescue Forky from the antique store. And Buzz searches for Woody on his own and tries to seek guidance from his own voice box. Buzz finds.
I think Buzz became out of nowhere. He's a fucking moron in this movie. He's just this brainless toy, then I'll believe this toy box is like, I don't know, a self-help book. Like, what was that?
Yeah, I know, it's strange. But this whole movie... Anyway. Buzz finds himself as a prize in the carnival booth and kind of escapes with 2 new toys that everyone can go out and buy. And
it's Key and Peele, isn't it?
Ducky and Bunny.
Which are played by Key and Peele, yeah.
Which, obviously it was made because they're really easy to produce and people can go and buy.
It's like cheap toys from like Toy Fair, which every toy from a Toy Fair looks fucking terrifying. And like the cheapest thing you can like picture.
Yeah. Or like, you have like goldfish where you can
get... goldfish so they can die the next day.
Hey, my goldfish survived for years.
Mine didn't. I had one fish and it died immediately.
You're a bad human.
When I was like a kid, I put bread in like the fishbowl, so it would like, and they killed them. I don't know. Moving on. By the end of
this year, we're going to end up putting a podcast together, and then we're just going to review.
Yeah. But we're going to do a checklist of like sociopath.
We're gonna do a personality review on you, and we're going to realize you're a crazy psychopath.
I'm a psychopath.
Who feed bread to fish and
kill them. I have no empathy for people.
Nope.
I'm not ambitious at all, though, so maybe I'm not a psychopath.
I mean,
I hurt animals when I was a kid, although I didn't intend to kill the fish.
You are ambitious. You're just lazy.
Then I'm not ambitious.
You are. You want to do really good things, but you just can't bother.
Isn't that the definition of not being ambitious?
No. Otherwise, you wouldn't have gone to uni.
It's like more depressed, less lazy. Things like, what's the point of living? More like, I have shit to do.
Your mum listen to this and go,
is everything okay?
Like,
I'm like, thumbs up.
You give the big thumbs up, and then she's like, oh,
that's
God.
More conversations. Anyway,
you're a bad daughter. You shouldn't do that. You should respond in a well-formatted and nice manner.
No.
Not you're doing it, mate. Well done. Right, let's try and get through this.
Oh my God, this movie is so boring. Can we skip to the end?
No. I even tried to pick the smallest synopsis I can find.
Did you get the synopsis like the back of the DVD? Because that's the one that we should have gone through.
You don't buy stuff on DVD that isn't Doctor Who DVDs.
I buy Blu-rays. I like Blu-rays. Anyway.
Actually, you don't need to buy Doctor Who DVDs. It's on BritBox. Talking about BritBox, we now found out that...
Who wants BritBox? Who has BritBox?
Literally, the only reason people buy BritBox is just so they can watch old Doctor Who.
I guess.
That it was the subscriptions for BritBox went up like 900% when they added Doctor Who on.
Did it really?
Yes. And because there's so many episodes, people are going to take like 6 months to get through it, and then after that point, it's just going to drop off. Like me from this building.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that why they put safety catches on your windows?
Maybe. Moving on.
They're like, you live in a really depressing place. Let's make it so you can't jump out your own window.
Yeah.
Moving on. So just trying to think of where I was.
So Buzz is being
Buzz is found
as a toy.
So yeah, Buzz escapes with the other plush toys. And recruit Ducky and Bunny to help rescue Forky, promising that they will become Bonnie's toys for some fucking reason. Along with Bo's old friend from the antique store, Duke Kaboom.
That's the only good part of this movie. Duke Kaboom is played by Keanu Reeves, and it's awesome.
Okay.
It is. Everything Keanu Reeves does is amazing, according to the internet. Right?
According to the internet, not Twitter.
Right? Including Twitter. Twitter loves Keanu Reeves.
They don't.
They do.
It's because he's a stereotypical masculine man. I don't like it. I'm triggered.
Except he really, not really.
But yeah.
Anyway.
So basically, Siri.
Stop it, Siri. Go away, Siri.
So we get introduced to Duke Kaboom, and then they go back to the antique store to try and rescue Forky, but it all goes tits up. Woody is the only toy still like determined to actually get back Forky because he's basically it's like
because Bonnie needs to him or some bullshit or whatever.
No, it's more to do with psychological. It's like, right, I made the fork basically fall out the window, or like I wasn't there for the toy, and now Bonnie really doesn't like.
I don't know. Who cares?
Who cares?
Shut the fuck up.
I hate this. I love Toy Story so much, and then this comes along. I buy Toy Story merch and everything, and then I do a review on Toy Story 4, and I literally just do not give two shits and a fuck. So yeah, you haven't realised I haven't watched it since I watched it in the cinema because I have no interest in rewatching it.
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I didn't watch it again because I thought I had a pretty good memory of what happened in this movie. I just realized I really just didn't want to watch it again.
Yeah. So but so he was determined to save Forky and has a falling out with the other toys and indirectly assaults Bo. Okay, cool. Bunny and a lot of the other new characters we find, including Bo, return to the carnival. Woody gives up his voice box to Gabby in exchange for Forky.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes no sense.
Gabby is then really wanted to be adopted, enslaved by the store owner's granddaughter.
I mean, bought.
Isn't your whole thing the last 4 movies is the fact that the toys are like enslaved and like...
I mean, okay, I know that we're not really enslaved. Just the way... It's more like in the first one, the way Woody talks to Buzz about belonging. Like,
yeah, that's true.
It's just so weird. It was like very weirdly worded. And then here it's not like she wants to be bought, basically. So because this antique shop's not, the kid can just take the doll away without paying.
I don't know. It's a granddaughter. They might just say, yeah, sure, take it. No one's brought it before. No one's brought it, yeah, take it. So the granddaughter's called Harmony.
Sure.
Who names their kid Harmony?
I mean, who names their kid Apple? Gwyneth Paltrow and Chris from Coldplay. Daughter, her name is Apple.
I mean,
people have like named their kids weird things.
I doubt that they're going to get free products from the company.
You might get free apples.
they're more likely to get a free apple from an Apple selling like greengrocer than from Tim Cook and the
what is it? Trader Market? What's the thing that like in movies where all of like in the romantic comedies where all of them go buy stuff like in the Saturday morning farmers market?
The greengrocers.
No, it's like in the street or like a tiny market. Is that the greengrocers?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, I apologize.
Yeah.
Moving on.
You're like, I apologize for not knowing something extremely English and only really like. Literally, and we're the only people in pretty much the entire world that call them like, we're going to the greengrocers to buy our vegetables and our fruit.
Biological, biodegradable. I don't know. Those like fruit that has no chemicals. What's that called? Organic.
Biochemical.
I don't know.
That's the complete opposite to
organic.
That's
the opposite. Our organic apples and vegetables. There are twice as much. I don't know. Please stop me I'm talking. Keep going. It's nearly 2 hours. We barely talked about the movie. This is a disaster.
Okay, right. So, but Harmony is creeped out by Gabby's new voice.
Yeah, because it's a man's voice saying, I have a snake in my boot.
Technically,
it's what should be.
Buzz returns to Bonnie's RV and basically cries out to retrieve Bonnie's backpack, which she left at the antique store for plot device.
Jesus, this movie is so annoying.
Woody basically comforts Gabby, even though he fucking... Anyway, so yeah, but Woody comforts Gabby and Bo and her gang return. This is like the series 11 of Doctor Who up to this point.
I mean, it's so annoying. Like, it's too much happening at once, and also, but also not really, not much at all.
It's a load of nothing going. There's a load of something going nowhere.
Yeah.
So after Bonnie returns for her backpack, the other toys follow her and her parents, so they're stalking. Then Duke's motorcycle skills. So through Duke's motorcycle skills, they Buzz and Forky make it back to Bonnie, who's overjoyed to have Forky back. Then, taking Woody's advice, Gabby sees a little girl crying and gives her comfort and is finally adopted. As Woody and Bo say goodbye, Woody becomes hesitant in returning with Bonnie, with some encouragement from Buzz. Woody decides to stay with Bo to help Lost Toys find other owners. Buzz and the gang give Woody and Bo a goodbye hug, and the two groups separate. In the mid credits scenes, after Woody and Bo traveling with a carnival, 1 year has passed and Bonnie has entered the first grade. Jessie brings home a new friend Bonnie created called Knifey, because promotion of knives is really good. A decorated plastic knife. Instantly smitten, Forky offers to shepherd her in journey through life as a toy instead of trash. When her first question is, "Why am I alive?" he is stumped.
Finally. I completely forgot about mid-credit scene. Jesus
because
Christ.
Promotion of knives is really...
It's not promotion of it. It's like a plastic knife. If you stab somebody with it, it just breaks.
But yeah, I glossed over the bit where Buzz and Woody and that lot all separate, but...
Yeah, they're like hug, bye-bye, and that was it.
If you haven't noticed, this film is very unnecessary and very boring.
It's kind of boring when you look back.
The
end credit scene should have been Fork in the trash after like Bonnie forgets about it the next week. Gets tired of it. Because that's what happened, really.
Do you know what I should have done, and it would have been a lot more cleverer? Bonnie's made out of plastic, right? Sorry, not Bonnie. The Forky's made out of plastic. We should have had a very political scene where Forky gets thrown in the trash and then we see him floating in the ocean, and it says 10,000 years later he's still floating because...
I mean, it would have been true.
And it's like 10,000 years later...
No, it should have been... No, it should have been Forky, like, he gets buzzed in the ocean and he finds the giant island of trash in the middle of the Pacific, and it's just a bunch of Forkies. Just a huge amount of Forkies floating around.
Do you remember in the movie Shark Tale when they go, mine, 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 mine?
Which one?
Do you remember in Shark... Finding Nemo, sorry. Where the seagulls are going, mine, 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 mine. When the Forky floats towards it, it just goes, trash, 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 trash.
Like a huge island of like Forkies.
Just
thrown away.
And then it says 10,000 years later, they're all just still floating there. And it's got a million times... The whole world is just full of trash.
Just full of Forkies.
And then the director just comes on screen and says, "You see? You little shits. Recycle.
Recycle,
and then,
you little shits." I think you should teach how to recycle because young.
And then Twitter just blows up. Best movie of all time. Great. Nice promotion. Well done. Movie of the year.
Why shouldn't the kids have an environmental story to teach? I don't know.
Because this movie...
To be fair, if the story was about recycling, it probably would have been a better story than what the fuck this is.
But to be fair, actually recycle, kids. Don't be a twat. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was the movie. We spent like 5 minutes talking about it and we hated it.
And we ended on a positive note, which is...
Recycle.
Recycle. And India and China and that lot, sort your shit out. Thank you.
Everyone just sort your shit out.
Yeah. Mainly India and China.
India needs a bit of help sorting their shit out. There's too much... There's like 1.3 billion people in India. Like, how is that even possible?
Do you know what it is?
Yes.
Religion plus no contraceptive equals lots of kids.
It's insane. 1.3 billion people in one country.
Yeah, religion
I think it's
plus
1.3. It's crazy.
Religion plus no contraceptives.
It's insane.
Plus poverty equal that. What do you expect?
It's so insane. Anyway,
when you have religions where they say basically they're like, you can't have abortions, you're not allowed to use contraceptives, and you can't afford contraceptives, you get 1.3 billion people. Well done.
Yeah. Absence. Just stop having sex, people. Stop reproducing.
Although that sounds extreme, we fucking need to stop.
Overpopulation is a huge problem.
Yeah. And that's why...
we don't have enough resources for everyone in this planet.
We do. We do have enough resources. We do technically have enough, but that means we're all going to have to eat chemically grown shit, and we're all going to get really ill.
Which means technically we don't have enough because we have to reproduce fake chemicals. Which, by the way, chemicals in themselves are not bad. There's plenty of good chemicals. Everything we eat has technically chemicals in it.
So essentially,
what was the movie Dark Waters where there's this chemical which is actually bad for you, which is C8 or something, PCOA, which is in the water, and 99% of people have it in their bloodstream, in their bodies. So, and it's incredibly bad for your health, but huge chemical companies just put a bunch of chemicals in the water and people drank it, and now we're all going to die. That's the truth. And a lawyer tried to fight it, and he's still trying to fight it, and nobody cares.
So, if we're honest, the way to save the planet is...
just everyone dies.
Not even that.
That would be an easy way.
Stop having kids. Stop using plastic. Stop driving cars.
That's what I'm saying. Just kill everyone. It starts from scratch.
I mean, I'm glad that the people who are trying to go to Mars is Elon Musk, because I think that he is an actually logical, clever, and sane. Well, in fact, he's not.
He's not sane at all.
But he's amazing.
Yeah, but then only the rich would be able to afford flights to Mars, and then all of the poor would have to deal with the shitty planet.
I mean,
while the rich ruin Mars.
Isn't that what's already happening? You have 1.3 billion of poverty.
Yeah.
And then you have people,
it?
Really rich people living in a really...
the top 10% have more money than the bottom.
No,
it's fucking
it's
insane.
It's the 1% have more money combined than 99% of the rest of the world.
I don't think that was a statistic that I saw, but...
Because if you imagine, the 1% are billionaires, billion or it's $100 billion to their name. Whereas most people probably have $20,000 to name.
That's fucking insane.
And so...
Anyway.
That's why... We need to change the society from everyone having to...
explode Earth and start from scratch. Just let evolution take care of itself again.
So basically, you're almost self-promoting. Everyone just ruin the fucking planet. We've done enough work. Fuck it, it'll be fine.
No, it's the opposite. I'm saying...
yeah, but blowing up
destroy everyone right now. And let the evolution take care of the rest.
So you'll be deciding who...
Everyone dies. Just everyone. And then we'll have monkeys...
yeah, but...
evolve again into us. And hopefully we'll be better.
But according to religion, we weren't a cause from evolution.
Right.
We have to blame a guy called Adam and
We're
and his mate.
We're all descendants of incest.
I mean,
because really, that's how they populate. If they was just Adam and Eve, they had kids, and then the kids had to have kids with each other, right? If that's how it's all started, that's technically what happened.
This isn't the redneck South.
I mean, according to the Bible, yeah.
They're rednecks. They're incest.
I mean,
it's like my sister's my brother, and my brother had sex with my brother, and my brother had sex with his sister.
My mother's my sister, and my sister's my mother.
It's like we're all incest down here.
That was a joke, a very stupid joke. Please don't sue us. Catholic Church.
Well, I didn't even mention Catholic.
Well, you mentioned Adam and Eve. That's where that comes from. Catholic Church.
No, I said that's where they all believe where it's come from. They don't believe in evolution, which is true. They're too busy kiddie fiddling instead.
Oh god, that's also the Catholic Church. Anyway.
I mean, that's not an opinion. That's a fact.
That is, yes. Unfortunately.
So that
was Toy Story month.
So Toy Story month has been wrapped up from great movie to start off with
to pretty bad.
To us having a conversation about. By the way, to save this planet from the evil of Forky. We need to kill everyone.
I think that's the only solution. It's just to abandon.
You do know by the end of this year, we're all going to realise that you're a complete psychopath. This is brilliant. This is a really strange intervention, but I'm liking it.
I mean, I haven't hurt anyone, so it doesn't matter that I'm a psychopath.
Yeah, that's because no one listens.
We could become viral in a few years.
Yeah, we're going to get viral for all the wrong fucking reasons.
Like, because I'm a psychopath? Probably. Yes, let's go with it.
So
anyway.
we're gonna find out that Rita's gonna get deported for being a psychopath.
They can't deport me for mental health issues. Yeah.
Brexit means Brexit.
Shut up. So that was Toy Story.
Saying that word is, if we could get monetized, we've now been demonetized.
Next month. It's March. We're doing documentaries.
Yep. So what are we covering?
The first week is a Flat Earth documentary, which is called Beyond.
Beyond the Curve.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I never remember the title of the documentary.
Yeah, it's called Beyond the Curve.
Beyond the Curve, which is an amazing documentary about flat earthers.
Yep. Second one.
The second one, we're doing the Madeleine McCann BBC documentary.
Yeah, we thought about doing the Netflix one, but it's too many fucking...
It's too many episodes, and we're only doing one episode on it.
And we're lazy.
I mean, I've seen it. Just you didn't want to see it. And I thought putting 8 episodes into one podcast was too much. Would have to, do more than one episode on it.
Yeah.
And somebody didn't want to do that.
No, because we need to stick to the format. And what was... and then week number 3?
Week number 3, we're doing... it's Behind the Curve. Is that what you said? This is beyond or behind? Anyway. It's Cowspiracy. I know. Great name. Cowspiracy. It has to do with the climate.
The fake climate emergency.
That's not true. Cowspiracy. The Sustainability Secret. Basically about how farming is incredibly harmful to the environment. And then the last one, what's the name of it? It's the Tom Felton fans one.
Tom Felton meets the super fans. So that's covering Tom Felton from Harry Potter, basically.
Yeah.
And his interaction with the fans, basically. So he goes behind the scenes of Comic-Cons. He speaks to people. You have a inside story of a really personal story with him and a one of the fans that has kind of been at a lot of his red carpet events from when he was a child. So essentially, she was stalking him since he was a kid.
Now they're friends. Yeah.
Because that's how Manipulation
That's how
works.
friendship works. Just suck your friends, people. Anyway, that's the 4 documentaries that we're covering in March.
So is this how this works? I just stalk you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
Basically.
Yeah,
that's the 4 documentaries that we're covering in March. I'm excited for the Flat Earthers one because it's ridiculous. Flat Earth is not a thing, people. That's not a thing. Also, Australia.
Or is it?
It's not.
How do you know?
Well, that documentary proves that it's not several times.
How do you know that is true? Have you been into space?
The Flat Earth, yes, I have several times.
Have you gone to the end of the plane?
Yes.
Have you seen the ice wall?
It's not there. I looked for it several times. It was not there. Every summer.
That's what... If you're looking at Google Maps, that's because Google Maps is made by the government.
No, I ran the boat every summer for past 5 years. I ran the boat. And I tried to go to the edge of the world, and I just end up in the Americas.
I mean...
And then I cross the America and go to California and try to go... the edge of the world from there, straight to the edge of the world. I just end up in Japan. I don't know why. It's almost like I'm going in circles.
I mean, the Portuguese are good at sailing.
We're very good at sailing.
Um,
If somebody was to discover that the Earth was flat, it would be the Portuguese people. In the 1600s.
This is what happened.
When we own half of the world. That is true. Read a history book.
Nah.
We used to own half of the world. It's true.
British Empire, mate. Yeah,
it's true. That was after we owned the half of the world. It's the truth. The Tordesillas Treaty. Wait, where it?
Nah, mate.
That name is probably wrong. That's not a correct name. I can't remember.
You ain't got nothing on the British Empire. The British Empire, we're brilliant.
No, we owned...
It was like India. That's ours.
Treaty. It's where we and Spain divided the world in half. Half was ours, half was the Spanish people. And then we tricked Spain into giving us Brazil. It's in the history books. It was authenticated in Setúbal, Portugal in June 7th, 1494.
So before that, did...
Spanish Empire is older than the British Empire.
So before that, did Brazil have a different language?
Let me give you a brief history of Portugal. So when we started this, we wanted to have a path to India where we didn't have to cover the continent. So we went
this
to the...
This podcast is so fucking random.
So we discovered... Portugal was the nation that discovered the way by sea to India. So we went all the way down around Africa and then back up again. Nobody had done that before us. It's the truth. Look it up.
Unless you're a bird or a duck.
I guess.
Or a
so
fish.
On one of the travels down by Africa, was it Fernand Gomes? Who was it? Some guy, I can't remember his name right now. They had to do a because of the currents or whatever. They went into the ocean a bit more than they wanted to. Because we always want to keep eye on land so we wouldn't get lost in the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And so we could make maps. Anyway, because of the currents, he went into the ocean a little bit and they spotted land. And they spotted, which was in Brazil. But they spotted land on the other side. And when we went to speak with the Spanish to divide the world into, we were like, can we actually have a bit more to the left? And the Spanish, wait, you want more ocean? And we're like, yes.
Yes.
And they're like, okay, I guess.
We want more.
More ocean and ocean only. So they're like, okay. So those, I don't know how many miles was it to the left. That was Brazil. That's how we tricked the Spanish into giving us Brazil. Otherwise, Brazil would be speaking Spanish right now. And then we actually went to Brazil and colonized it. And then we brought slaves to Brazil.
History of Portugal on our Toy Story podcast.
Yeah.
How the fuck is this related? I don't know. Anyway,
that was a brief, very vague piece of history from Portugal.
I mean, are you just trying your very best to make it so
also, Columbus is a fraud. He was trying to find India. He went to the Portuguese first. We told him, fuck off, you're wrong. So he went to the Spanish.
Are you trying your best to make it so we push past the 2-hour mark?
He then went to the Spanish, and because the Spanish kings were stupid, he's like, sure, we'll fund your stupid trip. So he found America, thinking it was India, which is why Native Americans were called Indians.
And on that note... Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What the fuck was that?
What?